Hello everyone. In this presentation, I'm going to show you how to do sensitivity analysis. Okay, so here I have this assumption. So based on this assumption, I'm gonna prepare this, estimate the cash flows. Okay, so these are the cash flows I estimated using the information above. So this is the capital budgeting project, capital budgeting problem. Okay, so then I calculate the present value using NPV function. So in this case, we are just assuming we are just trying to find out the present value of this. What is the value of this company? Things like that. Okay, so but my focus in this presentation is not estimating cash flows or capital budgeting decision. My focus here is how to do sensitivity analysis. Okay, so before I start doing sensitivity analysis, um, I need to decide on what basis. So the I'm gonna do sensitivity analysis based on the tax in the cost of capital. Okay, and the other one is I'm gonna do based on long-term growth and the cost of capital. So our baseline here is 9%, so that's what it is here in the assumption. So our cost of capital is 9%, and then the tax rate is 35%. So based on that, I'm going to be preparing sensitivity analysis. So the tax rate is 39% through all the way 31% here on this column, and then the cost of capital is 7% through 11%. Okay, so you can have more here, you can have more tax rate here, just depends. So I just decided to do this one here. Okay, so number one, step one, prepare, estimate your whatever calculation. In this case, I'm trying to see the present value in this scenario. In this what if the cost of capital is not 9% but it's 11%, or what if the tax rate, I mean, is not 35% but something else. Okay, I would like to see the present value of these all future cash flows. Okay, so first of all, I need to copy this information, this present value from the calculation I have. Okay, so I have here the present value hidden. All right, so I just hide that information, but the present value is there, and I'm gonna select this table here. Okay, so once I select this information, this table here, I'm gonna click on what if. It's under data. So in Excel, you select data, and then from data you're gonna be selecting what if. From the drop down menu, click on the table, data table. Okay, now in the data table you need to uh, put the uh, raw row input and column input. Okay, so row, as you can see here, we have weighted average cost of capital, right? In the column here we have the tax rate. So let's find this information. Okay, let's go to the assumption here. So row, here we have 9%. Okay, and then we have column here is 35%. Okay, so row, we have the cost of capital, column we have the tax rate. Okay, so I click OK. Look at this, now I got all these present value. Let me format a little bit, maybe 2 decimal here. All right, and then also I want to put all these numbers, you know maybe let me just, I'm formatting here. Okay, all right, so I just completed the sensitivity analysis for the different tax rates and the cost of capital. This is 88 dollar is our original calculation when the weighted average cost of capital is 9% and then the tax rate is 35%. If the tax rate is 39% and the cost of capital is 7%, then our present value is going to be $122.12. If our weighted average cost of capital is $11 and our tax rate is 31%, sorry, 11% and 31%, then our present value is going to be $71.12. Okay, so you're gonna look in different scenario. Okay, so different situation, what's gonna happen to the present value. We'd also like to see what happens if the long-term growth rate changes, not the 3%, it could be more or less. So let's see what's gonna happen here. So we start with this, copying this information here. So we copy this information and I just hide that information there. I'm gonna select the table. Okay, again I'm gonna go to data, what if, data table, and then again I'm gonna select the information here. As you can see in the row, we have the cost of capital. Okay, in the column we have the long-term growth rate. So let's go up here on our assumption. So we're gonna select the cost of capital, and then in the column we're gonna select the long-term growth, and then just click OK. All right, as you can see here, we prepare this sensitivity analysis for different growth rates and uh, different cost of capital. All right, so this calculation is pretty simple. All you need to do is set up the table correctly. So what you want to do, you want to know what happens if the tax rate, if the cost of capital is not 9% but something else. And in your row here, you want to see what happens if the tax rate is not 35%. Okay, so first of all, okay, number one, set up the table. Okay, set up the table. Number two, select the table. Number three, go to data and what if, data table, and then select the cost of capital from your assumption. Here we have 9%, and in the columns here select the tax rate, which is 35%. Click OK. You're gonna have this table. All right, so calculating, I mean doing sensitivity analysis is pretty simple and straightforward. Okay, I hope this video is helpful, and if you have any questions about this calculation, please let me know. Thank you.